Greatness is born from opportunities of growth and discovery. That is what we have here tonight. That is what we are here for tonight. Any other night, we may take one step forward and two steps back, but not tonight. Tonight, we reach for greatness, sing in it ourselves to shine it on others. Because tonight, we shine greatness. We were born for greatness, every one of us. Our time of being lost and searching is done. It's over. Tonight, we discover greatness. Tonight, we shine greatness. Now let's go out and shine on.
All right, so now it's up to us to answer the question, what does it mean to shine greatness? Shining greatness is all about the lens in which we see the world. It's seeing the great qualities about ourselves, the great qualities about others, and the great qualities in the world around us. If whatever we focus on increases, then if we focus on the negatives, those will increase. If we focus on the positives, those will increase. Shining greatness focuses on the positives. The physical manifestation of shining greatness are like these lights right here. Wherever that light shines, darkness goes away. Shining greatness starts somewhere. It all begins with discovery. Let me hear it out there if we like to go outdoors and have an adventure. Do I have any fellow hunters in the audience? So when I was 10 years young, my dad and I decided to go on a journey, on an adventure, a hunt for the cunning, elusive, and partly blind desert hog known as a javelina. Fierce-looking creature, right? My dad brought me with him on this adventure so we can bring home the bacon, literally. But little did I know that this adventure we were going on would offer more than just finding a partly blind, fat hog. In the desert, the temperature can exceed 100 degrees during the day. At night, the temperature can drop below freezing because the clouds go away and the heat rises, causing that temperature to drop down low. Our first night of this adventure was spent in the back of our GMC. There's a couple boos, I understand, Ford people. So the back of our truck bed had a camper shell sitting on it. And we quickly learned, my dad and I, that the little thin sleeping bags that we were in did not retain heat that well. So we learned this little method. Feel free to use it if we're ever camping or just find our bed being cold and we want to warm it up. You just lift up the covers and blow hot air. Pull it down over yourself to trap the hot air. Wait about 15 minutes and do it again. Continually repeating this process until we made it through the night and the much anticipated sunrise started beaming through the frost-covered windows. It was time for us to emerge from our man-made cave, suit up in our mossy oak camo, and make our way out into the desert in search of this hog. My dad, in his infinite wisdom, you can laugh at that, Dad, stationed me at the top of a gully. This gully is filled with mesquite bushes and cactus. He instructed me to make my way through it and find signs of this desert hog. So, there I go, trotting on down this gully filled with all kinds of bushes, debris in my way. As I continued to make myself deeper and deeper into the gully, my vision continued to go away. I lost sight of my dad. That was the moment then my inner navigation, my little inner Garmin kicked in. Tink. I started using the sunlight. I started using the slope where I was making my way through this gully. I'd been walking for a couple minutes, and then all of a sudden, all these thoughts started rushing into my mind. They kind of started to haunt me a little bit. I'm thinking, okay, wow, I'm kind of out here alone, can't see my dad. What would happen if a hog started running right towards me? Are there any pig showers in the audience? Even if you don't show a pig, you felt obligated to yell because everybody else was, and I appreciate you for that. So for those of us that's never been to a hog show, sometimes pigs just get crazy, okay? And they run around. They make a noise very similar to this. And they start doing these little pig brodies, these little pig donuts in the middle of the show ring, just because they're glad to be a pig in America, all right? Amen. Somebody's feeling out there. So now take that and apply it to a javelina. Do you see those tusks? Imagine that sucker running right at me and taking me out through the legs. Or another situation that popped in my mind, what if there was a creature that jumped out that could make a quick meal out of me? As I was walking, all of a sudden I started, it sounds like something's heading right towards me. Once I heard this noise, I immediately stopped to make sure that it wasn't myself ruffling this brush around me. As I continued to listen, within a split second, my mind has generated all of these possibilities. I'm thinking, all right, when crazy things happen, time seems to slow down. So I imagine this hog running right towards me. Maybe its tongue is out. I'm thinking, all right, I'm pretty swift, kind of quick. I'll just step aside, act like a bullfighter, toro, toro, and say, bye, Felicia, and let that hog continue on its way. Or if it is a creature that can make a quick meal out of me, maybe if I just stand really still, it won't see me. But no possibilities that my mind could have generated could have prepared me for what happened next. As the sounds continued to creep towards me, my heart race started to pick up. And my fight and flight senses kicked in. I looked behind me, I'm like, there's no way I can fly out of here. I got all kinds of mesquite bushes and cactuses. Let's stay and face this beast that is coming right at me. Just at that moment, a huge, tall, mangy-looking creature with these black eyes that just stare right into your soul, these huge teeth, jump out, stares me right in the eyes, causing my life to just flash right before my face. This creature that was stalking me, hunting me down, was none other than a New Mexico jackrabbit. That thing is running at full speed right now. Look at those eyes, all right? He's a piercing eyes staring right at me. Yes, this creature that freaked me out was a jackrabbit. Once I realized that I was in no harm at all, I calmed my senses down and continued to navigate my way back out of that creepy gully. I started stiff farming mesquite bushes and juking cactus until I made my way out to meet my dad back at the top. Now, unfortunately, while I was in there, I did not find any signs of this javelina. And that day, we did not bring the bacon home. But there were many other adventures and discoveries that I found on this day. Like the fact that my little inner navigation system kicked in, went into autopilot, and just started working my way through there. Or the fact that I might have taken a moment to face my fears, even though it was Bugs Bunny just playing a prank on me. None of this I would have discovered if I hadn't been on this adventure with my dad. Which leads to the biggest realization of the day. Adventure allows us to discover greatness. Every time we try something new or build on a current skill, we're discovering greatness. The crazy thing is that greatness is already inside of us. We were created perfectly with it inside of us. But it's up to us to go on the adventure to find it. Adventures look different for each of us. Maybe for us, it's joining a youth group at our church to help strengthen our faith. Might even be in the FFA when we try out something new to find out what we're good at. Might even happen here at National Convention when we step out of our comfort zone to try something new and make a new friend. How can we constantly challenge ourselves to go on adventures to discover greatness? What adventures can we take action on once we leave this convention hall to help us discover greatness? Adventures can be scary, like that jackrabbit jumping out. But don't let the fear of uncertainty derail us from discovery. Because adventures allow us to discover greatness. And once we have discovered that greatness, it's then up to us to shine that on others. I'm going to take a quick poll real quick. Let me hear some hooping and hollering, some crazy noises if we love a big, buttery bowl of popcorn. Iowa, I know you're sitting in the front here. That's for the corn. You're welcome. All right, we got a lot more corn consumers out here. Or how about one of those big old massive pretzels with like salt on it and that like warm nacho cheese? Who loves those? Now, a different setting. Who loves the feeling, the setup of a Friday Night Light football game? If we were to combine the two, we would find ourselves at the concession stand. Whoa. And if we were in Boyd, Wisconsin, we would find Miss Deanne, the vice president of her chapter, running that concession stand. So go on this journey with me. It was the week before the football game. Deanne was preparing, get all the food in order, got to make sure the facilities are clean. I got all the people I need to help out so that we can have a successful concession stand on Friday night. During this same week, a young girl named Harmony was new to the school. And you see, Harmony moved a lot. So this was just a new school to her, and no one around her knew that she moved a lot, but for her, it was just a new move, a new place to try to find somewhere to fit in. As this week progressed, Harmony was still having a difficult time fitting in. And she had heard about this little FFA thing. A couple people walking by, saw it on a few posters. When it came time to the end of the week, on Friday, she decided to go ahead and sign up for FFA. Whatever, let's see what happens. That same Friday was the football game. There's Deanne setting up for the football game. She's got everything in line. The food is good. The pretzels are warm. The popcorn is popping. Our Mountain Dew and Cokes or whatever you like to drink is chilling down in the cooler. But she starts to look around. Well, my food, the facilities are good. I don't think I have enough people. She walks over to her sheet and she starts looking through. Who can I have help me with this? Flipping through the pages. A new member, Harmony. Oh, here's her phone number. I'm going to give her a call real quick, see what happens. Calls Harmony up. Hey, you mind help coming with the concession stand tonight? Harmony answers with, I have other plans for this evening, but call my dad and see what he says. Deanne, staying persistent, called Harmony's dad and got approval. That night, Harmony went to the football game. The concession stand was a success. They're selling out food. People are having a great time. Harmony is making friends. The environment is rich. After that concession stand, Deanne kept inviting Harmony to FFA events day after day, shining greatness into her life. Little did both of them know that those decisions and those actions changed Harmony's life forever. You see, let's take a step back. Harmony's plans for Friday night were not originally to go to the football game. The week building up to the football game was rough for Harmony. She was surrounded by loneliness, fears, uncertainty. Does anybody want me? Does anybody even know that I'm here? All of that energy surrounding her placed her in a dark room. And every day, the loneliness almost felt like she was turning a light off in this room. It's getting hard for her to see. She can no longer see the greatness in herself. It got so dark in this room by the end of that week that for Harmony, the only way out seemed to be one solution. All of those fears, the uncertainty built up until the only way out was for her to extinguish her light. by ending her own life. Until Deanne shined a light into Harmony's life, showing her how great she was, offering a moment of inclusion for Harmony. Harmony felt wanted. She saw the greatness within her. Every FFA event that she was invited to, she continually found greatness in herself. She continued to see the light within who she was. If Deanne hadn't shined this light in Harmony's life, we would be missing a bright and shining light in our world today. You see, once Harmony found that, she decided to get involved with her university. She's now an ambassador, recruiting and helping other students feel welcome, feel included, feel like they're wanted, feel like they're needed. She's also found her love and her passion for agriculture, as she's taking over 10% ownership in her family's operation. Harmony is now shining greatness into the lives of others. You see, that wouldn't have happened if Deanne hadn't shined light into her life. A simple moment of shining greatness, shining light, can sometimes have unexpected results. How do we shine greatness into the lives of others? How do we engage in day-to-day activities that help build others up? What can we do to shine greatness into the lives of others? You see, for Deanne and Harmony, it comes to one point. We must shine greatness into the lives of others because we never know what change can happen. Shining greatness isn't necessarily something huge. It can start with one person, a small movement, a small task. During my year as a national officer, I get to travel around the country and watch members shine their greatness into the lives of others. I watch them do it through posts on social media. A simple word of encouragement, a picture with some friends. Hashtag shine greatness. Those simple posts can add some positivity, can add some light as we're scrolling through our social media. Other small steps that we can take would be simply opening the door for someone or offering a smile. We can even take that shining greatness a step further by evaluating the relationships that we're engaged in right now. Whether it's with a friend, a boyfriend, or a girlfriend, are we making that person that we are with, that we are in a relationship with, better? Or are we looking to get something in return? How can we help build that person into the greatest version of themselves? Let's take one more step. Think into our classrooms. Do we show our teachers how much we appreciate for the work they put day in and day out to make us better? Do we shine greatness into the lives of others? We must shine greatness into the lives of others because we never know what change can happen. We can all do this together. We can increase the positivity in our day-to-day lives, but it's going to take all of us. If the premise is true that there is no darkness, just absence of light, then to have a bright and shining life, we must increase the presence of light. To increase this presence of light, we must go on an adventure to discover it. Once we discover it, we can then shine it into the lives of others. Once all of us has found our greatness and shine it, we can make darkness completely go away. Would we like to see what shining greatness looks like? All right, so during this convention, I've been seeing y'all, we're playing some band songs and stuff, and y'all are whipping your phones around and stuff. Get our phones out, go to the flashlight app. Once we have it, place it on our legs so we cannot see it quite yet. I see them all kind of. Once we have the phone on, place it on our legs so that we cannot see it yet. Now, when we hear a category that relates to us, go ahead and lift our light to signify us shining greatness. All lights down. The first category, raise our light if we play sports. That's what I'm talking about. Man, that looks really cool. Now raise our light if we are a chapter officer. Raise our light if we are a state officer. Raise our light if we want to be a farmer. Raise our light if we want to be a teacher. Raise our light if we want to be a doctor. Saving some lives out there. Lights down. Raise our light if we want to be a veterinarian. Lights down. So during those categories, not everyone's light was raised, which is okay. That is why we must shine greatness into the lives of others. Every one of us is different. We all have something different that is great about us. But once we discover that, we must shine it into the lives of others, helping them to ignite, to amplify their light. All lights down. Mitchell Pinnell, stand up and shine your light. If we can see this light in the middle of the arena, that is what one person shining their light looks like. As he rotates and we see that light, let it be a sign for us to shine our light. Once we see that light, lift our phones up and shine that light towards the stage. Every one of our lights that is discovered, all of that greatness that we find is lighting this room up. Take a look around. Look at this greatness that we are shining right now. This light has a starting point. Go on adventures, keep our lights up. Go on adventures to discover our greatness. Once we discover it, we must then shine that pure and loving energy onto those around us because we never know what change may happen. Greatness is born from opportunities of growth and discovery. That is what we have here tonight. That is what we are here for tonight. Any other night, we may take one step forward and 2 steps back, but not tonight. Because tonight, we shine greatness. We were born for greatness, every one of us. But it's up to us to go find it. This is our night. Tonight we discover greatness. Tonight we shine greatness. Now let's go out and shine on.
Between the end and the point where we
Caleb.
began.
Caleb, this year you have challenged us to always flip our perspective. Thank you for always being up for adventure and your sheer desire to grow your knowledge and for your information. You're always one to make us laugh when we need it most. You're always one to bring us joy when we need it most. You brought a little bit of your home with you everywhere you have gone this year and desire to better your home and your community for others. You have the ultimate servant's heart. Thank you for your joy, enthusiasm, and curiosity. Amplify, grow, and love always. Ruth Ann, Victoria, Stephen, Kristen, and Andy. Ladies and gentlemen, your Western Region Vice President, Caleb Gustin.